warm welcome to everyone, our district governor, assistant governors, fellow Rotarians, youth service advisors, Interact advisors, our Rotaractors, our Interactors. It is iPods 2023 under the theme, Leading with Passion and Purpose. It is such a pleasure to be here, and I would like to officially start off tonight's proceedings by formally acknowledging the presence of our very important and esteemed guest, our District Governor, Brian Glasgow, who has kindly agreed to join us for a few minutes and deliver a short but absolutely special message to you, our interactors. Please allow me to introduce our District Governor, Brian, who joined the Rotary Club of St. Vincent in 1988 and served as president during 1993-1994. He has served as an assistant governor on 10 occasions. He has served his club in every position and is a multiple Paul Harris Fellow, as well as a member of the Paul Harris Society and a charter member of the Polio Plus Society. DG Brian is a chartered accountant and holds an MSc in finance, as well as postgraduate accreditation in corporate insolvency and restructuring. He has lived and worked in several Caribbean countries. As the DG for this Rotary year, Brian would like the district to continue to sponsor Interact clubs in order to continue to inspire and mentor young people as they carry out community projects and develop leadership skills. DG Brian, thank you again, and the virtual podium is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that introduction, District Governor nominee Soraya. As I look at the number of attendees, I see that we are close to 200. So congratulations to the organizing team.
Thank you.
Getting so many young people together this afternoon. So let me just say that I'm really honored to address this group. And you know, the dedication and commitment to the principles of Rotary have been a source of inspiration for us. And it's a privilege to be part of an organization, part of the Rotary organization that fosters young leaders like yourselves. Now, Interact clubs play a pivotal role in our Rotary family. You are the future, you are the torch bearers of service above self. And the enthusiasm that I see throughout the district, the energy and the passion for community service are a testament to the strength of Rotary in our district. So what I'd like to do very quickly, I can promise you, is to share a few points that I believe are critical for continued growth and success. First and foremost, and as we were, those of you who tuned in early and saw the opening video, always remember the Rotary motto, service above self. This isn't just a catchphrase, you know, it isn't a slang, it isn't something you just say. It's a way of life. So make it a habit to find ways to serve your community and make a difference. And at the same time, to be a positive force for change. Whether it's a small local project in a village, or who knows, one day you might be part of a larger international initiative. Your impact is immeasurable. Secondly, teamwork. Teamwork is the heart of any successful Interact club. Together, you can achieve more than any one individual. Part of teamwork, I urge you to embrace diversity, collaborate, and leverage each other's strengths to make your projects even more impactful. Building strong, inclusive teams will be the cornerstone of your success. Next, never stop learning. The world is constantly evolving, and you must stay current with the challenges and opportunities it presents. Attend Rotary meetings. Yes, attend Rotary meetings, interact with experienced Rotarians, and seek mentorship. Learning and growing will not only benefit your Interact Club, but also your personal development. Networking is another vital aspect of your journey. Rotary is a global network of individuals, but we have a shared vision. Reach out to Rotarians. Reach out to interactors beyond your club. Reach out to interactors beyond your district. The connections that you make, it won't only broaden your horizons, but will also provide support and resources for your projects. And finally, be persistent. Change takes time. Not every project that your club does will have immediate results. But that must not deter you. Stay committed to your goals. Learn from your setbacks, and there will be setbacks. We all have setbacks. Even the biggest and most experienced Rotary Club have setbacks. And celebrate your successes along the way. So in closing, I just want to reiterate how proud I am in all that you leaders, the leaders of our district's Rotary Interact clubs have accomplished. Your dedication to making a positive impact on the world is a testament to your character. And it's testament to the future of Rotary. Embrace these principles. And together, we can continue to change lives and communities for the better. So for the next 9 months of the Rotary year, or 8.5 months, I look forward to working alongside you, supporting your efforts and witnessing the remarkable achievements that lie ahead. So once again, Interactors, thank you so much for your commitment to Rotary. And again, I wish you all the best in your endeavors. Together, we are making a difference in the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, District Governor Brian. This has been truly impactful. Thank you for these words of inspiration and for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us. We do know that you're unable to stay for the entire session, but truly appreciate your support, your interest, and your commitment to interact. So we thank you for being here with us this afternoon. As we continue with the program, I know that I speak for the District Interact Committee when I say that we are absolutely delighted to be here for a second time. As District Governor Brian indicated, I am District Governor nominee and District Interact Chair from the Rotary Club of St. Lucia, and wish to thank all of you for spending Friday evening with us. Congratulations to all of our interactors who are here, because if you are here, it means that you have been elected to lead and guide your club this Rotary year. Such an honor and a privilege to be of service in Interact. We know that you will, with the best of your ability, further the interests of your club, and we thank you for taking up that mantle. IPOT 23 is another milestone for us in District 7030, as this is our second Interact Leadership Seminar, bringing together our presidents and board members to discuss Interact and to help us develop that leadership culture, which is key to our continued growth. We want you as young leaders to see the big Rotary picture to feel the internationality of Rotary, to embrace the possibility of leading Interact, not just at the club level, but also at the district level and perhaps at the international level as well. The theme for this evening's session is leading with passion and purpose. Team leaders who lead with purpose will automatically radiate an energy and a passion for what they do. This has a ripple effect. It becomes infectious and impacts everyone around you. So how do we create passionate and purposeful leaders? And by extension, create more impactful service projects. This evening is about arming you with some key details such that you are better informed and can inspire and motivate the rest of your team members. At this point, I would like to introduce to you the members of this awesome District Interact Committee, some of whom, together with yours truly, will be presenting this evening's training session. So I will start off with Rotarian and Youth Service Director Yvonne Moabi from the Rotary Club of Paramaribo residents in Suriname. Rotarian Wahida Ali from the Rotary Club of Georgetown, Central Guyana. This past chair of the Rotary Satellite Club of St. Lucia Sunset, Samala Haynes Joseph. Past president of the Rotary Club of Felicity Charleville, Trinidad, Dr. Nisha Harry. Past president of the Rotary Club of Pinal, Trinidad, Nada Ramkasoon, who is unable to be with us here this evening. Past assistant governor Abraham Daniel, Rotary Club of Chaguanas, Trinidad. Past president Janelle Allen, Rotary Club of St. Vincent. And last but certainly not least, Rotarian Mary Poudin from the Rotary Club of Fort-de-France West. This is without a doubt the best Interact team ever. As we move on, I want to take a moment here to shout out our Rotary Interact liaisons. We see you. We appreciate your presence here this evening and absolutely look forward to collaborating. Interactors, we have a packed 2-hour session planned, and in line with our objectives, we'll be touching on Rotary heritage, club governance, club management, goal setting, and leading teams. We will also have a fun 30-minute breakout session. So our objectives for this training, simply, we hope to educate, inspire, deepen your commitment, your service, and foster team working across the district. These are our objectives, and we encourage you to note your own, and let's see if we are able to meet them. This effectively closes out our introductory remarks, and we want to move right along to our first presentation, Rotary Heritage, which will be presented by our Youth Service Director, Yvonne. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair Soraya. Thank you very much for the introduction. We will start with the Rotary Heritage. I think we have another slide. Yes. Thank you. We will start with our Rotary heritage. Why is our heritage very important? Heritage is essentially our history, our values, traditions that are developed over time and passed on from generation to generation. Our Rotary heritage is a very large part of who we are, and so it is important that we embrace that past and ensure that we pass on some of these unique elements to all our fellow Rotarians, you Interactors. So join me on this Rotary journey and let's see how Rotary got started and what it is all about. Next slide. Here we see that all the logos, with all the logos over here, we have become the world premier family of service clubs. We have the Rotary clubs, the Rotaract clubs, the Interact clubs, and the Early Act clubs. Notice that the logo of the Early Act club is a little bit different because it is not yet a full program of the Rotary. However, Rotarians are encouraged to establish clubs for these groups because this is the age from 5 till 12 years, so before the Interact. The key is that we are a family. We are a family of service-oriented individuals. And it is our hope that we can see a natural flow and movement from members from Early Act to Interact, Rotaract, and to Rotary. As I have to mention that I have been a Rotaractor for 5 years and have been a Rotarian now, and my kids are in the Interact, so we are a Rotary family, and that is what we need. So what is Rotary? Rotary is a global network of more than 1.4 million people of action in more than 46,000 clubs who share a passion for and commitment to enhancing communities and improving lives around the world. Rotary inclusive of Rotaract Club exists in almost every country. We are a membership and service organization comprising people of action who are passionate and committed to enhancing communities and improving lives across the world. Our members change lives locally and connect with other clubs to work on international projects that address today's most pressing challenges. If you have questions during these presentations, we have a special Q&A button at your screen at the bottom. And please put your questions in there and they will be answered. As I move on, the Rotary started with the vision of only one man, that is Paul Harris. Paul Harris was an attorney. He moved from a small town to the city of Chicago and was looking for friendship and fellowship among his business associates. On the 23rd of February in 1905, 4 friends gathered together in an office of one of the friends, for that would be known as the first Rotary Club meeting. Paul Harris was inspired to form the Rotary Club of Chicago in 1905, and that eventually led to this international organization of service and fellowship. The wheel has been the symbol of the Rotary since the earliest day and is now our mark of excellence. The name Rotary was selected by the first members because the meeting location rotated among the offices. Members now have a long track record of addressing challenges all over the world, but the aspect of fellowship, fun, remains an absolutely key element of Rotary, and of course also of Interact. The last year, believe it or not, but until 1989, the Rotary Club membership was only for males. And last year, we had our first female RI president. If you know the name of the RI president, please drop it in the Q&A box and I will check it. The Rotary years, in the Rotary early years, yes, we have the 4-way test. Many Interact clubs now receive the 4-way test at the start of their meetings, but may not know its origin. The 4-way test was created by a Rotarian in 1932, when he was asked to take charge of a Chicago-based aluminum company which was facing bankruptcy. So he drew a 24-word code of ethics for all employees to follow in their business and professional life, from helping the company from struggling. And this became the 4-way test. It became a moral compass, and eventually survival of the company was credited to this simple philosophy of the 4-way test. And that is, of all the things we say or do, we think, say or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? These 4 questions have become one of the most widely printed and quoted statements of business ethics in the world, and it is known as the 4-way test. This philosophy is at the heart of Rotary. It underscores Rotary's value for integrity and guides our decisions and empowers us to lead ethically. This is why it is important to us to see this at the start of our meetings. So I think like you all interactors do also. And if you have watched the movies in the introduction and you heard the district governor mention it, service above self. That is an interesting fact. Rotary has a very, this is one of the mottos of the Rotary, and service above self is best conveys our beliefs, unselfish volunteer service, and embodies the humanity spirit of this organization. We also have another, that is not the slogan, but what we use, and what you have also seen in the movies, is we use the slogan people of action. Yes, and we use it like Rotarians, but you see Interact also uses it because we are people of action. Rotary has 5 core values that stand as a guidepost for our actions and priorities: fellowship, integrity, diversity, service, and leadership. Fellowship, yes, it is in our DNA. Fellowship keeps us happy, generates greater tolerance of others, and transcends all boundaries. Integrity, accountability, honesty, and ethics are the backbone of Rotary, and something we expect from each of our leaders and members across all service clubs. Diversity. We believe that through diversity, we can broaden the scope of our activities, our programs, our service, and expand our reach. Service. Service is one of the main elements and the initiative we pursue within each of our individual clubs. It fuels a service culture. And then we have leadership. Leadership. We believe in the development and nurturing of current and future leaders in our clubs and in our communities. We hope you have understood these core values as presented. The Rotary has a mission and a vision. The vision is that together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. The new vision statement charts our future course and reflects the impact Rotary aspires to have on the world and our members. We have also a mission, and our mission is that we provide service to others, promote integrity, and to advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace through our fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders. Our vision statement simply explains what we want to achieve, and our mission statement explains our focus. Essentially, we are about serving the needs of our communities and by extension, serving humanity. The areas of focus, you all know the areas of focus, and it is we fight disease, we promote peace, we provide clean water, sanitation, and hygiene, we save mothers and children, we support education, we grow local economies, and we support the environment. You may ask why areas of focus, but these simply help define the type of issues that Rotary wants to tackle. They are intentionally framed as active and impact-oriented statements. Rotary seeks to address our community most consistent challenges and perseveres even when others give up hope, and we take on deep-rooted issues that threaten the lives and livelihoods of communities across the world. And that's where areas of focus helps us. When you hear about the Rotary Foundation, it is Rotary's charity. Rotary set out in 1970 to simple the good in the world. That vision became the Rotary Foundation, and it started with a donation of $26.50. Since it was founded more than 100 years ago, Rotary has spent more than $4 billion on life-changing, sustainable projects and over $17 billion on Polio Plus. We encourage all our members to donate to our foundation, or especially to the Polio Plus Foundation. Imagine, for as little 60 cents, a child can be protected from polio. Rotary began with a fight against polio in 1979 with a project to immunize 6 million children in the Philippines. Today, over 2 billion children have been immunized across the world. This may be considered the greatest humanitarian service the world has ever seen. And every Rotarian, Rotaractor, and Interactor can share the pride of this achievement. But polio still remains an issue. And this year, we are asking again to all our Interact clubs to make the special effort to join the fight against end polio and donate to the Polio Plus Fund. If you know what, in this month we have the World Polio Day, and if you know the day, the World Polio Day, please mention it in the question and answer, and I will be glad to see it. Rotary believes in developing the next generation of leaders. We have special programs to help young leaders develop skills, expand education, and learn the value of service. That's why we have you, our Interactors. And now we have 14,911 Interact Club, spread over 145 countries, and almost 400,000 Interactors. That is a lot. Interact clubs connect young people ages between 12 and 18 with leaders in communities and around the world to take action to make a difference in school and communities, have fun and make new friends, build leadership, communication, and problem-solving skills. That's why we organize this iPod training to help you, our Interactors, to make a difference and to become great readers. We have come to the end of my part. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any questions, please place it in the chat box in caps, not in the chat box, at the bottom, in the question and answer box, and I will respond it to you. We will now move to the next section on the agenda, and I would ask Rotarian Wahida to take over from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Yvonne.
Before you start, Rotarian Wahida, can we allow past Chair Samala to introduce the poll, the Interact quiz to the group, please? She has placed some information in the chat, but I believe she might want to say a few words. Chair Samala?
Thank you, DIC Saraya, and to everyone. Please, the instructions are on the screen. Right. I did also put it in the chat so we can start and keep it going. Of course, I see I have some persons in. I'm seeing some lovely reactions coming in. So
Awesome.
I don't think we have that many. So as many persons as can come in, please join us. And then we will begin. Please put in your name. What I can say is there will be a prize, and the fastest person to answer gets a prize. So you must be correct, and you must also be quick. That's why I'm giving you just a few more seconds to join. Instructions are in the chat and also on the screen, and we will be starting. I'll also add that there are 3 rounds, so you have 3 chances to get in the fun. And we are about to start round 1. There we go. Thank you to everyone for joining. If you have any challenges, please let us know that we will start, because I have quite a few, 99, and the numbers keep going up and up. And I think we have just close to 200 persons in here. So please, as many of you as can join, we will be starting shortly. And as a reminder, you must also be fast. So the quiz is starting now. Name the month and year of Interact's birthday. 15 seconds. Give me your answers. Come on, log in your answers. 9 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. The correct answer was November 19th. Only 28%. Going right ahead. The next question. Get ready. If you're not in, you have like 2 seconds to join. We're going into the next question now. Rotary started with a vision of 1 man. You know his name? 15 seconds starting now. Is it Harold Thomas? Is it Hiram Shorey? Is it 5 seconds? 3 seconds? Time's up, and the correct answer was Paul Harris. And definitely a lot more persons got that one correct. Great job, guys. We're going to the next question. And I'm seeing that more and more persons are joining. Thank you. Question about to start now. The word interact is a blend of the words action, international and action, all of the above. Time's up. The correct answer was international and action. And a lot more persons got that wrong. The next question is coming up right now, and we're about to start. Rotary's motto is it service above self? We create hope in the world with people of action. Okay, everyone has voted. The correct answer was service above self. Awesome. Good job, everyone. And the last question for this round, about to start. So get your fingers working. Give it that exercise with me. The faster you respond, the more points you will get. Final question for this round. Answer as quick as you can. Rotary introduces a new theme every year. Yes, name the theme for this year. 11 seconds. Don't have much time. 5 seconds. Great job. Mostly everybody got that one correct. Create hope in the world is the theme for this year. So we're heading into the last round, and I'm going to do you a treat. Just so you know what we look like heading into the second round. Pay attention with the next presentation. So when it's time to answer the questions, you have a shot and a chance at winning that prize. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to be passing back on to Rotary and Interact to check the slides and continue the presentation. Thank you.
I will be presenting on club governance. Interact clubs are self-governing and are guided by a constitution and bylaws. Even though the clubs are self-governing, interactors must be supervised by their advisors. Usually, when a member joins the club, the constitution and bylaws are issued to the new member. Let me elaborate regarding when a member joins the club, which refers to when the person becomes an interactor. The constitution and bylaws are essential documents. Therefore, the board of directors should be familiar with the club's constitutional documents. The standard Interact constitution and bylaws are the guidance documents of the club. The standard Interact constitution is a set of rules for running your club. It outlines the purpose and powers of the club. The constitution, issued by Rotary International, governs all clubs. The constitution is amended only by the board of directors of Rotary International, and all amendments shall be automatically adopted by each Interact club. The Interact constitution has 14 articles. The bylaws are requirements that specifically govern how your club is managed. The purpose of the bylaws is to preserve and protect the club. It covers the integrity and character of the club and its membership. Any changes to the bylaws must be consistent with the standard Interact Club Constitution and the Rotary Code of Policies. There are 8 articles in the recommended bylaws. However, you can add more articles and paragraphs. The sponsor club must approve the bylaws and any amendments. Thank you for your attention. I am inviting Past President Dina to continue with the presentation.
Good evening, everyone, and it's my pleasure to tell you a little bit about the duties of the officers of the board, the Interact board in your respective schools. Just like Rotary, the governing body of an Interact club has a board of directors, and you're required to meet at least once a month and report any action taken at your next Interact club meeting. The Rotarian and your faculty advisor, that is your teacher assigned to your club, must attend all board meetings. Our club members may also attend these meetings as observers. So what is the responsibility or the function of the board? Well, you have to plan your club years of activities, and you need to do that as soon as the Rotary year begins on July the 1st. You review and you approve your club's plans, service, and fundraising projects. And of course, you do all this in collaboration with your teacher advisor. You lead club meetings. You keep your membership strong and engaged, and you manage your growth and retention. Because if you have boring meetings, your members will fall off. So you always have to make sure that you are on top of things and that you have the attention of your membership. Ensure succession planning in place for the new board of directors. And always, each month, every project that you do, you document it so that at the end of the year, it is very easy to put it all together to submit it to your sponsor Rotary Club. Do not let it go, and then you don't have, at the end of the Rotary year, you're scrambling to do your report. Duties of the officers. The president presides at all regular and special meetings of the club and the board of directors. The president, with the approval of the board, appoints all standing and special committees and fills vacancies in the board of directors by appointment until the next election of the club. The president is an ex officio member of all committees, and the president maintains regular communication with the sponsor club. So you see, you appoint all your standing committees, you delegate responsibilities, you lead communication with your teacher, you're always in touch with your teacher, and you lead recruitment of new members. And of course, your new board must be installed by the 31st of March annually. The vice president succeeds the office of president in the event of the removal of the latter for whatever reason, and in the absence of the president, presides at all meetings of the club and of the board. So the vice president, therefore, serves as a member of the board of directors, and of course, support the president with all club activities. The secretary maintains minutes for meetings, record participation and attendance, maintain club records such as membership, committees, attendance, dues, club papers, certificate of organization, and communicate board decisions to members. The treasurer oversees all funds and provides an annual accounting of them. Now, this may differ in every school. Sometimes I know that the faculty advisor usually handles this. The treasurer shall make all disbursements under procedures determined by the board of directors, and the treasurer will make all records available for inspection by any club member or sponsor club upon request. The standing club committees. So you are asked to have 4 standing committees: your club committee, your finance committee, your service committee, and one that is international understanding committee. Your club committee is responsible for tracking attendance, developing membership, promoting activities, and other matters as appropriate. Your finance committee will devise ways to finance any and all club activities requiring funds in cooperation with the appropriate committee. Your service committee will plan and implement at least one major service project annually designed to directly benefit your school or your community, involving all or most of the club membership. And the International Understanding Committee, this committee shall identify opportunities to enhance international understanding among the members and in the school and community in order to plan and implement at least one major activity annually designed to enhance international understanding involving all or most of the club membership. Thank you very much. I hope this, makes you aware of your respective roles. And I now pass you over on to Zamalo, who will take you through another Interact tool.
Okay, everyone, I am hopeful that you can hear me. Just before we start off the second round, I'm just reminding you of who is in the lead. So get ready. I see everybody sending some love and, letting us know that they are in here. Thank you very much. because we are about to start round 2. And just as a reminder, the points from the previous round will be carried over into all the rounds. So if it's best that you don't leave, otherwise your points would reset. And get ready for round 2. Everybody had their listening ears on because we are about to start. And I thought I would still have everybody, just in case. As I said, please join in. If you don't have the code, scan it very quickly or go in manually and put it in. We are starting. And answer as fast as you can. Which of these is not one of Rotary's 7 areas of focus? Is it maternal and child health, crime, violence, and poverty, protecting our environment, basic education, and literacy? Which of these is not? 5 seconds coming up now. Get those answers in there for the last few seconds. Everyone has voted. And the correct answer was crime, violence, and poverty. That's not one of our 7 areas of focus, although it's very important as a Rotary initiative. Most persons got that one correctly. We're going on to the next question of this round. Get ready, as fast as you can, get your answers in. What is Rotary's #1 external priority? Is it growing the number of members? Is it protecting our Rotary brand? Or is it ending polio? A little tough. What is our #1 external priority? 5 seconds, get those answers in. You should have it in now. Right, ending polio. That was a very tricky one, but I see that most persons got it correct this time. So that was our 7th question. We're coming to the next question of this round. Get ready, starting now. Interactors must complete at least 2 community service projects annually. Is that true? Or is this a fib? Is it false? You have 15 seconds. Do you think that's true? Should have been paying attention. If you did, this one is like so easy. How many community service projects? Everyone has voted. And the correct answer was true. So I know you're going to keep your ears peeled to our next presenter. The next question of this round, get ready. Rotary's 4-way test is made of ethical questions of, is it the things we feel, think, and see? The things we think, try, and do? Or the things we think, say, and do? What are those questions about? And this will be the last question of this round. So please get it in. Time's up. Definitely, it is the things we think, say, and do. Thank you very much for participating. And I'm not even going to let you know who's in the lead this time. You have to stick around for the final round so you know who is going to win it. Thank you all. I'm now going to pass over to our next presenter who will be leading you through the next presentation. And I remind you, keep your ears in the game. We're going to be talking about club goal setting with your Interact citations. Thank you. Is Abram here? Did he join?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much, sir. And good evening, everyone. And it's really,
We're not able to.
Are you not hearing me? Hello?
Yes, we are. Go right ahead. Sorry.
Right. Yes. So thanks very much, sir. And fantastic job on the polling thus far. I myself, I'm enjoying it. So it's really, really my pleasure to have the attention of so many interactors on this afternoon. I know it's Friday, right? Don't get too hung up. It's Friday the 13th. I think there is a positive spin to it. And I'm sure you're going to leave, very, very, very much enthused and much more knowledgeable about Interact this afternoon. So my presentation is going to focus on goal setting using the Interact citations. Using the district citations for Interact clubs and RI citations for Interact clubs. So let's start off by asking, why do we set goals? I mean, is it something that is going to add value to ourselves? Yes, it is. So goal setting, right? It's really something that Interact clubs, interactors, even as a student, can bring many, many benefits. For example, setting goals provides accountability to yourself, accountability to your club, to your family, so that someone can say, yes, this is what I'm committed to, and let me go after it. Goal setting also provides purpose. So you get up every day, and what do you look forward to? You go to school every day, what do you look forward to? As students, I'm sure you all have goals, more so relating to passing your examinations, right? As getting as many passes as you can. So you all have goals, whether they're in your heads or whether they're written down. But we all have goals. Research has shown that persons who set goals are more than 40% assured of achieving those goals. So in other words, you have a much better chance of achieving goals when you write them down. Not having goals, whether it is written or not very clarified goals, is not too good. You have no focus, you have no priority, procrastination sets in, and so on. So on a personal basis, goal setting is really, really important. Where your Interact clubs are concerned, the tools that you have at your disposal to help you set your goals for your clubs are the Rotary International citation, and then we have the district 7030 citation, and we also have a Zone 34 award. And each of these guidelines provide focus for your clubs. Working to achieve these citations help your clubs engage your members. You stay relevant, not only to your school, but to your communities, and it enables your club to run much more smoothly. So let's take a quick look at what are these citations. Let's look at the Rotary International citation for Interact clubs first. The Rotary International citation encourages Interact clubs, to set goals, and you have 1 year within which you can achieve those goals. The way how the citation is set out, you have 20 goals that's outlined. It's almost like a buffet, and each club can select any amount of goals that you wish, but the minimum requirement to achieve a citation, a Rotary International citation, is just 11. And what are these goals? They span a number of facets of the club. For example, adding members, attending RILA, which is a district event, updating social media, even celebrating World Interact Week, which is coming up the first week of November with your sponsor club, and even the service projects that you do can all go towards earning a Rotary International citation. So 20 goals, it's like a buffet. You have lots of options, and these These goals are all, spread out across many facets of your club. And you're required to submit your citation application. Let me see, this is hidden on let me just hide my floating panel. All right, it's to the bottom, which I can't see. See if I can hide my floating. Let me see if I can hide my floating. But yes, so you're required to submit your Rotary International citation to your sponsor club first because they got to endorse it. And you should aim to have that in by the 31st of July so that it gets to Rotary International in time so that you can be recognized for your efforts. And then we have the District 7030 citation, which is aligned to the Rotary International citation. The structure is slightly different. There are 5 categories, and there are 22 goals which you can aim for. Very similar to Rotary International Interact citation, right? Except that the way in which your scores or you tally your achievement is via a points system. So points are awarded for each goal. There are 4 citation levels, of which the highest is your district governor citation, where you tally more than 300 points. You have your gold citation, more than 200 points, silver, 150 points, and bronze, at least 100 points, which will earn you a district citation. We encourage Interact clubs to aim for as many of these goals as you can, so that we would like to see every Interact club in the district achieve the district governor's Interact citation. Right, so what do we do? How do we go about it? What's the next step? If we can switch the slides. Right, so what you should be doing as of now. So each club needs to obtain a copy of the citation so that you can track your progress throughout the year. Identify which goals you want to aim for. Share them with your sponsor club so that they can help you and guide you along the way. Start documenting and tracking these goals on the citation forms themselves. You don't want to lose track, and you don't want to be rushing towards the end. So as you accomplish your goals, start documenting them. And from time to time, check in with your sponsor club to report out on your progress. So don't wait till last minute, right? As of now, you should be tracking your goals as you move forward towards the end of the year. All right, and we're really excited. The district we had a wonderful event last year where many clubs achieved their citations. And this year we look forward to even more clubs achieving more citations, right? So we are here to support you. Your sponsor clubs are here to support you. So good luck in tracking your goals throughout the year. And then we have the next slide. And then we have the Zone 34 Interact Awards. So the zone is beyond just the bounds of our district. So that is even a wider recognition of your efforts during the Rotary year. There are 10 achievement areas, and similar to the district Interact citation, you're required to achieve a minimum of 75 points. And for the zone award, you're required to submit by the 25th of March so that it could be reviewed and endorsed before it is moved forward to the zone for your recognition. So the citation documents, Rotary International citation, the District 7030 Interact Club citation, and the Zone 34 Interact Award, all these are tools to help guide you towards a successful and productive Interact year 2023-2024. So good luck to all clubs, and we look forward to meeting and seeing your names in bright lights when we have our award ceremony at the end of this Rotary year. So thanks very much for your attention. And sir, it's back to you.
Thank you very much. So I hope you can all hear me clearer now. And we are going into the last round of our quiz. And we're going to be very, very quick this time around because we're running out of time. And plus, you know, you have to be fast. You have to be in it to win it. So I'm going to get going and started. And if you have any issues, please let us know. We are jumping right into it as we start off round 3. So the question we have, what's the next club in the Rotary family for you to join when you leave Interact? Come on, guys, what's the next club? Is it the Rotary Club, Rotary Fellowship, or Rotaract Club? Come on, get those answers in quickly. 9 seconds, 8, 7, 6. Thank you. The correct answer is Rotaract Club. I will correct that. You will still get your points. So we're going into the next question. You have to be fast to get it correct. How many Interact citation programs are available for your club to participate? How many? Come on. Is it 1? Is it 5? Is it 3? Three seconds. Come on, get your answers in. Awesome. The correct answer is 3. Good job to those of you who got that. Going into the next question very quickly now. Remember, speed. It's all about speed and accuracy. The bylaws are the only governance document that Interact Club officers can't amend. Is that true or is that false? Can you amend other governance documents? Should have been paying attention. Come on, guys, get your answers in. I need everyone to vote. True or false? The correct answer is true. That was a tough one. We would almost split 50-50, but it's true. Get ready, we're going to the next question. Setting goals will help your club plan its activities and remain active. True or false? We heard a lot about goal setting, so this should be very quick for you to answer. True or false? Everyone has voted, and the correct answer is actually true. Great job. Everybody got that. I love it. And we're coming up to the last question. This one is so easy. You could close your eyes and answer that one. Ready? Let's jump into it. Join Interact if you are looking for a club with the perfect blend of fun and service. True or false? Oh, come on. Everybody should vote on this quickly. This one is easy. Thank you. And the answer for that one is true. Of course, that's true. And the person who said false, please send me a direct message. I want to know why you don't think it's the perfect blend of fun and service, so we can work to change your minds. The two of you, please send me a direct message or our Interact Chair, Soraya. We really want to hear from you. Guess what? We're coming to announce the winners. So The winner is, and we're actually going to be giving out prizes to the first and second person. Let's see, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? We're adding up those prizes from all the rounds. Congratulations, Haley. You have won yourself an Amazon gift card valued at 25 US. Please, Haley, send a direct message with your email. We could also get it on the back end. And our second prize winner, it's not showing up, but it's actually Vida. Is the second place. She has 10,107 points, and you will also be awarded a Amazon gift card. Congrats to everybody who played. We really appreciated you, and thanks for being part of this. Congrats. At the end of it, we are all winners because it showed we paid attention, we were engaged, and we were present. Thank you, everyone. And I think I'm going to pass over to Nisha, who's going to do the last presentation before we jump into our breakout rooms. So Rotarian Nisha is going to, and sorry, past President Nisha and past President Dina, they're going to lead us through our next presentations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. Wonderful to be here to lead you through leading extraordinary teams. So, when we talk about youth leadership, we have to understand that leading a team as a youth leader really is a complex task, as you would know, in your Interact clubs. However, in today's increasing technological and changing world, the role of youth leadership has become increasingly important. We need it. All right? The world is in dire need of youth leadership. And there's an ongoing debate. If we go to the next slide, there's an ongoing debate as to what does youth leadership mean today? What is youth leadership? Why does it matter? How can we support and develop the skills of young leaders? What are some of the challenges they face? What are some of the strategies to address these challenges? And we'll all talk about that today in our presentation. So as we move to the next slide, we want to deconstruct this term youth leadership, because we know young people empower, inspire, we want them to mobilize themselves towards a common purpose. But not just a common purpose in response to personal as well as social issues and challenges. And in this way, you'll be able to effect positive changes. So that, there's an ongoing debate as to what does youth leadership mean today. And if we deconstruct and embrace many perspectives and shifts in meaning today, then youth leadership surely embraces youth action, youth engagement, youth participation, and youth citizenship. So youth action, engagement, and participation is where youths are empowered to participate and remain engaged, where young people are actively engaged in their own communities. So it requires active engagement and not token roles or passive presence. Youth citizenship really deals with making your voices heard, having an influence on issues, and sharing your ideas on these issues that affect you, whether it is in politics, societal issues, education, or the environment, or any other area. So it is not just your theoretical rights to citizenship, but it means actively as youths engaging in an effort to realize one's rights, exercising one's responsibility, and being empowered to share a sense of belonging to your community. And that is very, very important. That's why you see we have so many youth forums today. All right, so if we would go to the next slide, very, very important. So really, we talk about the shift away from hierarchical styles of leadership. For youth leadership, we want a movement towards really away from that chain of command that is authoritarian. What is required really is you participate in that kind of inclusive leadership styles, which embraces emotional skills. You have empathy for others, relationship building rather than relationship breaking. Collaboration, not a one-man show, self-awareness. Very, very important, because many youths ask, who am I? What am I? So that self-awareness is very, very important to bring to youth leadership. And it ties in a lot with leading through, authenticity rather than by authority. And authenticity youth leadership focuses where leaders align their actions with their values and beliefs. So it involves, and there are many different versions of it, but if you take the essence of it, it involves being purposeful and inspiring to others. It's a journey of self-awareness and realization, but also taking responsibility for your action, listening to feedback, taking advice. Some examples we know today, you could write in the chat. Having, listen to what I just said in terms of authentic leadership. Who do you think is an authentic leadership? It could be in your school. It could be in your own context. It could be in your country. It could be in the world, So some examples, of authentic leaders throughout history, I would say, would be Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, and so many others, And some of their key characteristics would be humility, empathy, active listening, lead by example, and building strong relationships. So let's go to the next slide while you write your thoughts on that. And very, very important, if we have to really connect everything in terms of skills, we could look at what Elderman and others said in terms of desirable skills, bearing in mind what we just said, desirable skills and outcomes for youth leadership. And it really, they zero in, and there are many other major areas, but they narrow down in terms of connecting, very, very strong in youth leadership, and of course, leading. And some of the areas that are implicated, in terms of positive youth skills and development would be quality relationships with peers and adults, because we know when that doesn't go well, what happens? Interpersonal skills that focuses on that ability to build trust, handle conflict, value differences, listen actively, and communicate effectively. And of course, that sense of being valued, belonging by others. Because when you feel unvalued, then, and your team feels, that they are not being valued, then there is a conflict and a problem, and you also have to look at one's own identity apart from and in relation to others. Knowledge as well, not only to seek out resources in the community, but, also that ability to network and knowledge to develop personal and professional relationships. And then in terms of connecting, you also have the interpersonal skills of communication, motivation, influence, and being a role model for others to see. Very, very important. And then we go to the leading aspect. Next slide, we can look at the leading aspect, and their outcomes, for positive youth skills. And it focuses a lot on articulating your personal values. And we go back to linking it with authentic youth leadership, awareness of really how your personal actions can impact on the community. It could be positive, it could be negative, and others. How do you bring across respect and caring for yourself and others? Is it that you consider others, you know, that ability to also engage others, you know, the community in a positive manner, that sense of responsibility, integrity, key, all right, appreciation of cultural differences among your peers and within your community. And of course, tied in with that would be, you know, ability to also follow the lead of others where appropriate, because you will not always know everything. And some of the major skills tied in with leading would be that ability to motivate others, again, you know, to share that power, to distribute it, you know, because we're moving away from that hierarchy, ability to work with your team, communicate a vision, help to resolve conflicts. And later on, Rotarian Dina would produce some strategies. She would discuss some strategies that you can use, the ability to manage and value continuous improvement. So as we go to the next slide, yes, so this is really a conceptual model that encompasses what we were talking about, where the very important skills could be in several dimensions. 4, with the social and emotional in terms of what we talk about, relating to others, feeling for others, empathy, collaboration, team building, problem solving, conflict resolution, articulation, a lot to do with communication, not just oral, but written and presentation skills. And of course, that deep 21st century skills of critical thinking, citizenship, and ethics and integrity. So the next slide we'll see, and I hope we can put this link in the chat so that the students can look at it after. It is a few minutes long, so we would not be able to play it for time, you know, based on time, but it's very important. And what Jean Lauren, head student leader of service projects at Wuhan San New School, you know, where she talked about youth leadership from the lens of changing the world in TEDx Youth. Very important. She wanted to discuss, you know, how a simple idea, like in our Interact clubs, a simple goal, a single project with one bag of sweets or clothing, one hamper, how that small seed can journey you through changing and impacting the world in a very, very powerful manner. And, you know, she asked youth to brainstorm service projects at schools, as she did in her school with a project entitled Hope for the Holidays, where she provided with her school community toys, books, clothes, you know, and it involved the entire school, sending it to the Philippines, where she was originally from, and of course, China, where she resides. You know, and she talked about some of her challenges, and that's what we will come up to, and some of the skills that are important for leadership. And some of the challenges, you know, that multitasking, your academic pursuits with everything else, extracurricular, home, you know, your balance of your life and school and academic career, a very big challenge. But she also spoke about a major, major challenge that youth leaders face throughout the world. And she spoke about low societal expectations of youths. All right, she says this is one of the greatest challenges, you know, so that you're a leader, but sometimes you are, you know, you are not respected. They don't think that you could make it. It's all in the negative. You know, sometimes the advisors or sometimes others would want to lead it rather than allowing and giving you that chance. And that was very, very significant. And what she really, really spoke about, you know, is how she got over that. You know, so that, you know, you have to be able to, in terms of school, you have to have time management because it's so time consuming. You know, others, bring others on board because it's an onerous task. That is a real challenge. You cannot do everything on your own. Give other people leadership roles in your club so that they can do other aspects of the projects. You know, communicate better, be more organized, create relationships with stakeholders, you know, and also very important, empower other students. And she gave a very, very, very important metaphor of the sycamore tree that I want you all to remember. You know, and she quoted Pocahontas, you know, from Disney. And Pocahontas asked, you know, how high can a sycamore tree grow? And then Pocahontas thought and she said, but if you cut it down, then you will never know. Same with you. You will never know if you don't. So when you embrace, and she's relating it to low expectations of what people may have of youth leadership, one of the biggest challenges she sees. When you embrace low expectations of the world, you are cutting down your own sycamore tree. And that is a very, very significant and important insight into some of the challenges. Think about it and tell us on the chat if you experience this. And let's move to the other slide, please. And so we started the challenges facing youth leaders. So let's move to the next slide. And, you know, some of these are interchangeable. These conflicts, and challenges. And of course, they are interrelated and they intersect. So that conflict with academic pursuits and leadership ties in with balancing responsibilities. You know, this juggling act can lead to burnout, and we have that as one as well, and can hinder your effectiveness as leaders. So that prioritization, you know, prioritizing skills is crucial. Setting realistic goals, you know, creating schedules, delegating tasks. And of course, you would hear more about these strategies, right? Youth leaders, very important in terms of time. You have peer conflict, value differences, you know, and of course, differences in terms of everybody would have a different view. You know, stereotypes and prejudices, very much like what Jean Lauren stated, that youths would not be able to do many things because of inexperience, low expectations. Then you have interpersonal skills, communication, and cultural barriers. Very, very important in terms of challenges within the school, even within Interact clubs and schools in different areas, diverse communities. So as these enable resistance and skepticism, you have to be able to deal with it. You know, you have to be able to articulate your vision, your strategies clearly, and so you can build trust and credibility among the peers, all right, and superiors, and listen actively and enable everyone. That is very critical. Self-doubt are other, you know, critical challenges you face. Fear of failure, being too perfect, making mistakes, disappointment are also challenges faced by youth leaders. All right, and one major aspect you must consider is that continuous learning, you know, adapting a mindset and adopting a mindset of continuous learning to address these, seeking out opportunities for personal and professional development, attending sessions like this. And I'm sure you are very happy, you know, notwithstanding the prizes that you just won in that very exciting session, question and answer, attending workshops, expanding your knowledge and skills. You can enhance and overcome some of these hurdles, you know, and then you have, of course, conflict, peer conflict. You know, sometimes you as a leader, you are reluctant to share control among team members, leading to a lack of innovation and inclusivity, resisting that sharing of control that may be due to a lack of trust and fear. You know, this reluctance can hinder team members' motivation, leading to sometimes a stagnant environment. So it's very important to delegate responsibility, you know, to allow others to come in with their views. So cultural inclusivity and embracing diversity are very, very much needed. Very different viewpoints, because your peers love and they have their different perspectives, and you have to embrace differences, diversity. You have to be inclusive. And now, next slide. And of course, we went through this in terms of burnt out, self-doubt, mistakes, and that question as a teenager, as a youth leader, who am I and where am I? It's about self-awareness and learning about yourself and what you value. And of course, in a positive way, in a moral way, in an ethical way, bringing that as a leader to your club, and of course, it would be embraced. Next slide. And we have come to the end of the challenges, but get ready with Rotary and Dina to take on the youth leadership challenges. Thank you so much. Pipi Dina.
Next slide, Wahida. So in the interest of time, I'm going to just address you on leadership challenges. As you see here, a social psychologist said that learning is about interactions and relationships, and learning is most effective when there are people who can determine the correct amount of challenge and support for everyone. So leadership isn't easy. Fulfilling, yes, but not easy. As young leaders, you will be faced with many challenges. Every day, leadership challenges are going to come for you. True leadership based on honesty, authenticity, and meaningful relationships takes guts. The kind of leadership that inspires others, serves others, and points them toward a greater purpose and vision needs hard work. So from my experience and dealing with students, your age group, there's two sets of challenges that you are going to face while you're in school. And those are challenges of self and challenges of communication. So let us deal with the challenges of self. You should stay humble. Leadership is about influence and impact, not authority. Having self-confidence. Most leaders struggle with self-doubt. It can cripple your ability to inspire, motivate, and serve your team. You have to overcome fear. Fear can get in the way of leading well, making good decisions, and moving your club. You need to follow through your tasks. Sometimes you must delegate, but always keep your finger on the pulse. Deal with stress and anxiety. Because we act differently in times of stress, it's harder to be patient. It's tough to stay focused. We can become angry and fall back on defensiveness. It's the old fight or flight response. And that's why it can be so valuable for leaders like yourselves to learn more about how to react to stress and understand your behaviors. Keep yourself motivated. Your team is looking to you to lead, guide, and inspire, even if you are not your best or most enthusiastic self. Avoid burnout. If you burn yourself out, you're not leading anyone. So here's where you have to balance your academic pursuits with your extracurricular and your co-curricular activities. Being vulnerable, it takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to say, I was wrong. It takes high emotional intelligence to admit your mistakes, ask for feedback, and learn from your criticisms. If you are not able to ask for help, it can be a major hurdle to effective leadership. Then you have the challenges of communication. Keep everyone on the same page. How do you get everyone rowing in the same direction rather than following their own agendas? You may have to deal with gossip and undermining team members, but you must set the tone. If you don't want people to gossip, don't gossip. If you want teams to work better together, you have to work well with the teams. It takes continuous attention and communication to make it happen. It must be aligned to a common purpose, vision, and understanding for success. And each Interact Club should really have their own vision and mission as well. Dealing with conflict. When differences of opinion get personal, or the healthy side of a conflict, when what needs to be said finally gets said, even if it's no less painful. Conflict is part of life, but that there's a way for conflict to be constructive. It's up to you as the leader to steer conflict towards productive resolution. Sometimes you have to deliver bad news. Things don't always go as planned. Mistakes happen. Problems need to be addressed. Sometimes leadership means having to deliver the bad news about what went wrong or what needs to change. Sometimes it means being the bad guy. It can be challenging to be in that position, but it's the leader's calling to be clear and decisive. Empathy is important, but so is clarity and understanding. Leadership challenges are waiting for you. Are you ready to take them on? So much of being ready for the leadership challenges are waiting for you. It is simply having a proper understanding of what leadership is about. It's not a position that makes you a leader. It's not authority. Leadership is about impact. You can create an environment where people are engaged, where they care about each other, have real conversations, and tackle challenges together. Simon Sinek, who is an inspirational speaker, said leadership is a choice. It is not a rank. Because great leadership always has to start inside your own heart and mind. It's about choosing to look to the needs of others, building up your team, and being the torchbearer for your club's purpose. Could we move to the next slide? So are youth leaders born or made? I think it's both. You need people to sometimes you need people to recognize your worth. Because some of us, we are introverted, we feel scared to move to the next step. Next slide. Thank you so much. That brings us to the end of this session. I do hope that you have some takeaways from what was said this evening. And I wish you all the best as you lead your teams for the next 8.5 months. Thank you again.
Welcome back, Interactors. We hope you enjoyed the breakout sessions and that the exercises were meaningful. We know it was too short. Breakout sessions they are just always too short. So we had 8 rooms with 4 shared club challenges for discussion so that 2 groups each had the same challenge. During this next segment, we would like to hear from you how you, meaning the interactor, because I'm hoping that each group has an interactor that has agreed to present to us now. And so during this segment, we get to hear from you on how you would approach and or resolve the challenges that were posed in your groups. We're really excited to hear from you. So without further delay, we can begin, please. And I would like to approach this in numerical order. So can we please have a representative from room 1? And in room 2, please be on standby. Thank you.
Emily, where are you? And neither. Oh, yes.
Good night, everyone. I did join the room a bit late. I wasn't able to jot down the questions, but from the answers provided, we were speaking mostly on ways we can engage other members in the clubs.
Just 1 second. Can I just stop you for a minute? If you could tell us the scenario quickly and then provide your response so that everyone is aware of what we're discussing.
I joined the meeting late, so I wasn't able to get the scenario.
Okay, all right. But I believe your scenario dealt with membership and how you would go about growing your club.
Yes, miss, I have the answer.
Yes. Okay, all right. Okay, so please proceed. Go ahead.
Yes, so ways in order for club growth could be about educating the persons around you. So if you are in charge of a school club or so and you'd like to engage other students, you can educate them in various ways using notice boards, general assemblies, open days, field trips, competitions to newcomers, and reminding them of most important. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. And engaging them in the activities and projects you have around the school. There are other things which would include, for my club personally, we had things like RILA, which we attended, and that was able to draw the attention of more members after they realized other places you can go and the new people you can meet throughout. I don't really have a lot jotted down. As I said, I joined late. That was all I was able to write.
We had
Okay.
one more participant, I think, hi, Naiden. Are you
Good evening, everyone. It's actually Nadine.
Naiden? Sorry, yes.
That's okay. So the 2 points was how you could encourage your members to come up with ideas to grow the club and how you ensure that the 10 members that remain still be members afterwards. So my idea was that we could encourage them in terms of a competition, like attendance on ideas, how much ideas they contribute and how much projects they do. So it keeps them active and also educating them on the importance of the group. So once they know what is the importance and what is expected of them, they will just keep putting their best foot forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Can we move to room 2, please?
All right, so room 2, I'm going to call on Adriana or Sabrina to share your thoughts. We mentioned a few things. So ladies, if either of you can give us a summary. Thank you.
Hi, yes, my name is Sabrina. In our breakout room, it was the same prompt as room 1. So it was keeping 10 members that we had in a new year, as well as recruiting new club members. So we discussed a couple points, and one of them focused around fun and service, which is what Interact Club strives for. So in keeping the 10 members, we realized it would have been very beneficial if the person in charge was very approachable, and they made everyone feel inclusive. They didn't propose a hierarchy, so they just made everyone feel at the same level and like they were being heard. And in recruiting more members, we would propose past ideas that we did. So just giving an example, my club did a beach cleanup earlier this year. So we realized that engaging in more social events would really help in recruiting more members. Yes, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sabrina. Emily, not Emily, sorry, Adriana, did we capture everything? Real quick?
Miss, we also said that how you can have more fundraisers like toy drives or food drives to encourage more members and persons in your school to participate in it. And you can give the members or the already existing members more responsibilities and challenges.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. In the interest of time, can we move quickly to room 3, please?
Good evening. So the scenario that room 3 was given was where there was a president and a secretary, and they were both feeling overworked and burnt out. So we came up with and because of their feelings, they weren't able to convey messages in terms of project dates and times in time for the board members to participate, so that hindered the effectiveness of the club. So we proposed some solutions to these issues. And first of all, the presidents should work on their time management and communicate with and delegate responsibilities to fellow board members and members of the club. It is the president's role to plan the activities in the club. So I believe that time management should help that situation. And in terms of the secretary should also manage their time better and create schedules to organize their time. I believe that was all that we discussed in our breakout room. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana.
Thank you, Ariana. Can I get someone from room 6, please? Not room 6. From room 4?
VIC Soraya, I had problems getting in. So by the time I got in, the time was up. So I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem. Room 5. Thank you, VP Dina. Room 5.
Right, we have Mark Mohammed. Mark Mahadev, sorry. Mark.
Right. Good night, everyone. So our challenge was that it was November 30th, and we had not yet decided on the citation goals that we were after. What were the challenges that we would anticipate, and what we would do to mitigate the challenges? So the primary and main challenge would be the loss of time, as 4 months had gone by in the Interact year based on the timeline. So you need to get everybody on board. So to mitigate this, we have an open forum with the entire club to get as much resources involved as possible, human resource, so that we get ideas and take some steps to actually start achieving those citations. So we identified that good lessons and seeing Interact here. The second challenge was, with so many activities going on, after you identified what was possible, how would you coordinate everyone to achieve the citations? So we had nominated a citation chair to lead the effort. So the citation chair would monitor all of the citations being done, delegate persons in the club to specific citations, and making sure that each group had internal discussions and set measurable goals to work towards achieving the citation. So we use the example of getting 10 members to join the club or new membership. The goals that they would set would be advertising the club every X amount of days so that they could actually work towards increasing club membership. And then the last challenge would be the club members may be demotivated to achieve particularly difficult citations, as time would have already elapsed and they would think that it was not possible. So to mitigate this, we are clearly explaining the importance of achieving this, motivated to take the necessary steps to achieve it, as accurately guide the different groups allotted to each citation so that they would not feel demotivated and it would be in their mind as possible, so they would work with it. That's it.
Thank you, Mark. Can we have someone from room 6? Interactor Vida. Thank you.
Yes, hi. Good evening. My name is Vida, and I was in breakout group number 6, where our prompt was club goal setting with citations. The first challenge was what priority steps would you take to ensure your club achieves one or more of the citation awards? We discussed in our group that we would include our advisors, especially since their job is not only to advise, but also to help us with motivation and guide us towards success. And another one was to take small steps to find and identify our strengths and to continue to set clear goals, because it is quite crucial that we do not give up and to continue to come together during a challenge like that, and to mostly set goals and truly see clear what we are good at. Especially if I take an example from my own Interact group, we are quite good at social media and media marketing. Well, not marketing, well, media in general. So our club usually takes stuff that has to do with media, and we excel in that point. Also, not only advisors, but taking small steps, but focusing on less and mentioning and brainstorming with our board, because usually when you come together and sit down, you really can find a good solution. The second challenge was to anticipate whether your club will from interesting citations and how will you overcome them. Well, essentially, we did not have enough time to discuss all of these, but if I had to summarize a correct answer, it would probably be that we would also do lots of brainstorming and small steps in goal setting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Interactive Vida. That was an excellent response. Moving on to room 7 quickly.
Yeah, I would call on Priya, Nalini, and Samira, or any two. Samira can begin. Samira and Nalini.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, good night, everyone. In our room, we were given a challenge of Betty being the president of a club, and she was unable, in summary, she was unable to balance her school academic life and managing her club and leading her club efficiently. We discussed that she was unable to delegate tasks among the executive members of her club, and it seemed that she felt that because she was the president, that she was responsible for everything and everything with respect to the running of the club. And some kind of intervention needed to happen from the teacher involved in the club as well as the other executive members. They needed to be reminded of the roles that they were elected to do, and that they needed to step up and support their president to ensure that their club was successful in encouraging innovation, in motivating their club members to share in service above self, which is Interact's motto. So yeah, that is basically what was discussed in our room. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there someone else presenting from room 7 as well, or
just one more? Emily, I see Emily wants to present, or Priya, and that's it. Priya,
okay.
Just one more. They were anxious, nice group. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Priya, and I'm from Saraswati, Phil's Hindu College. So I joined a little bit late as well, so I wasn't able to jot down a lot of points. However, from the situation given, I realized that the group leader, the president, I think she lacked a lot of teamwork, and maybe she could have provided everyone with tasks that help with their social skills. So if anyone is good at drawing, etc., painting, communication skills, she could have gave them tasks according to that. And I felt like she could have been much more of a good leader. And she could have reached out to a vice president or any club member, and someone in the club a member could have went to talk to her and gathered a group to give a solution to this problem that they are experiencing. So as I said, that was I joined a bit late, so it wasn't a lot to, jot down. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. That was excellent. Notwithstanding that you feel that you didn't have enough time. That was an excellent presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
At this point, I would like to just invite one or two of our committee members to speak to give their feedback on any of the presentations, if you care to.
I can go quickly.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, I think of course, time was a bit of a constraint to get the teams, really flowing, but with a bit of prompting, I think the teams were able to, or the group was able to hit on some really good points very quickly, identify the challenges, but not only identify the challenges, but they were able to come up with something that, hey, how could we mitigate? Overall, I think the brief discussion was very, very it was really, really good across the room, notwithstanding many more people didn't have the opportunity to speak, but those who did, with a little prompt, was able to come up with some really good, thoughts on this scenario.
Thank you very much, PAG Abram, for that comment. So at this stage, we already way past the 7:30 time frame that we had indicated. So we're going to move to close out our segment for the evening. Within the breakout session, we really wanted to give you the opportunity to consider some challenges that are typically faced by Interact clubs. And so we certainly hope that this made a difference and helped to resolve some of the, these pertinent or critical issues that actually exist in Interact clubs. I really would like to commend all of you for your impressive responses and for providing that level of insight as you consider the various ways to address the issues that we presented to you. I think the future of Interact is certainly in excellent hands. That's just my view. And I'm sure that's the view of all the Rotarians and certainly the Credit Interact Committee here this evening. So we want to thank you for your outstanding performance in this area. We have actually come to the end of this year's iPods 2023. I don't know about you, but I'm already looking forward to iPods 2024. We are Interact and we belong to the best service organization that exists. On behalf of the District Interact Committee, I would like to thank all of you for this opportunity to share and learn. As usual, we set some objectives at the start of the session, and we do hope that we achieve these goals and that we met your expectations as well, and that the information shared will allow you to lead purposefully and passionately. A lot has been said about leadership, but you have to be intentional about it. You have to own the roles that you have been given so that you can lead and serve successfully as Interact leaders, and by extension, serve our communities with equal passion and purpose. So we hope that you were able to connect with some of your sister clubs, because that was an important element of this forum as well. And if you did, we encourage you to collaborate, to get to know each other, and let us continue to build and develop our dynamic and unique District Interact community. Through our survey at the end of the event, please share your ideas with us on how we can improve and ensure that this forum continues to provide the best experience for you, our interactors. Thank you again to all of you. Thank you to all Rotarians and Rotaractors, Friends of Rotary, for being here this evening. Thank you to our interpreters for your support. And of course, to our District Interact Committee members for their outstanding presentations. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to end with a favorite quote. This one is from the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu. It says, "Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelmed the world. At its core, this quote reminds that every one of you has the capacity to make a difference, no matter how limited your resources or influence may seem. The smallest of good acts on a consistent basis can contribute to a much larger collective effort. Thank you, Interact. Thank you for being here this evening. And we are signing off now. Have a pleasant good evening.
Please, before you leave, fill out the feedback form. It's coming up on your screen. Doesn't take much time. It's just 5 questions. So before you leave the meeting, just take a little time and fill out the form. We'll be hanging around until we get 150 responses, because we had at the end 150 participants still with us. Thank you all.
Thank you.